Tonight's topic concerns on from false allegations, particularly those made by toxic women. We're looking at the serious ramifications on these allegations can have on men, the impact on their mental stability, the trauma they experience, and the long-term damage it can cause. What I find interesting about this in this clip is the way this woman explains it. It actually is powerful hearing this perspective from a woman herself. When discussing allegations, especially domestic violence allegations, it's important to hear different viewpoints, and sometimes it carries more weight when the concern is being raised by a woman who also recognizes the harm false accusations can cause. Allegations can destroy lives in an instant. Anyway, check this video out.
So let's talk about the men who are falsely accused by toxic women of DV, rape, all sorts of horrific things that unfortunately the system is designed to automatically believe the female and, not believe the male. Now, this is just happening so often. I've had so many men reach out to me and tell me their stories. I was talking to a man the other day. He's had to spend over $200,000 to clear his name of false accusations of DV. Another guy has spent over $100,000. In fact, there's just so many, and they've all had to spend a minimum $100K to clear their name of these false accusations. Now, of course, it's huge financial stress, but let's have a look at the mental and emotional distress as well. Often these women are also using the children as pawns, and that's why they falsely accuse the men. It's to help them in a custody battle. And it's not because, the men are terrible fathers, although there are some terrible fathers out there. It's because, they are spiteful, they are scorned women, and they are using the children, they are using these false accusations to hurt the man for leaving them. Often it's the men that are actually in DV relationships with these toxic women. And these toxic women will tell them if they try and leave, I will go and falsely accuse you of DV. I will go and falsely accuse you of rape and all those sorts of things. They use it as coercive control to try and keep the man to stay. And when the man finally gets the courage to get up and walk away, unfortunately, they make the man pay, and they make them pay real good and proper. And where this really annoys me, well, actually, there's a couple of things that really annoy me about this. Number one, we have an absolute epidemic of men who go and unalive themselves, right? Because the emotional stress and trauma is just too much to bear, and society is not geared to support them, is not geared to believe them, even if they're in DV relationships. And number two, what really peeves me off is there's a lot of women out there who are genuine victims of DV, rape, all those sorts of horrendous things. And you toxic women lying and making up false accusations make things really, really hard for the real victims. And that is absolutely disgusting to me. I had a female client recently who is in a very serious DV relationship. Twice she went to the police to get an IBO, and twice she was turned away. Why? Because you women who lie and make false accusations make it really, really hard for the real victims. It took her 3 attempts. She had to actually go to the Family V liaisons officer to finally be taken seriously and get a much needed IBO out on her partner. Okay, so if you are one of these toxic women, please stop and think about what you're doing, because you're actually sending men to the grave and you're making things really hard for real, genuine female victims. I don't care if you feel scorned. I don't care if your little ego has been bruised. Go and get some help, okay? If you are that scorned that you feel the need to have to make up false accusations against these men, go and get some help. You're in a very, very bad way mentally if that's what you are doing. And these poor men, especially when they're falsely accused of rape, that follows them for the rest of their lives. Even when they're proven innocent, that mud sticks. And I've had so many male clients that I've had to look after that have been traumatized and mentally scarred for life because of these false accusations. It's not fair. It's not right. And those of us who are healthy women, we need to call this out. We need to stand by these men, because the system is not there for them. The system is not believing them. So it takes a village, right? As they say, we must support these men. I'm calling on all healthy women to stand up and start supporting men in this way. If you know a toxic woman who is falsely accusing a man of these things, go and be a witness for them. Go and write an affidavit for them in their court case to help free their name. Because the courts do listen to when another female stands up. That is the power that we have as females, but we have to use that power for good, not evil.